Yeah. but what I was saying was I don't think Gates and his wife are actually divorced though. I don't believe that. I think it's all cover. And it gets into this. Was Epstein working for someone else, or do you think he was like on his own, or do you think he was with like the elitist type of people? He was working for them.
I honestly don't know.
I think he was working for all the elites because like the fact I think he was buddy with Gates, and we all know Gates is a Rockefeller, so I think he was one of the elites and was just working for them. Like he was one of the people they just sent out and just did their business or whatever. That's what I take it from it.
Most definitely right. I mean, according to MSNBC, Bill Clinton, as we know, pedophile, sexual harasser Bill Clinton, he pretty much went to Pedo Island several times in a 2-year period. So his name's all over the fly log. Alan Dershowitz as well, Prince Andrew. So we know that all these elites are connected to Epstein. So it is a pretty sick, disgusting thing. That's why whoever has that list, they're protecting it with everything they got. If you think about it, they should disclose that list and get names, organizations, emails, inventory list, everything related to it. And they're protecting this cabal, which in my opinion, many members of Congress, including the rhinos in the Republican Party, many of them might be compromised in that list since they don't even talk about it. Who knows?
Yeah. And I actually think Epstein, I think he's just a very, very small sliver of a giant, bigger something. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm not going to say that word, but you know the word I'm trying to say, a much bigger network of it. He's just a small sliver. And Epstein was just the front man pretty much, really. And so what I think happened was obviously what happened, he didn't kill himself, clearly, and I don't think anyone else killed him. I think he's still alive. What I think happened was they just got him out of there and just hey, people are getting onto you, and if they get onto you, they're going to start getting onto us. So we're just going to take you, put you on some island where you're going to live out the rest of your life. No one will ever see you again. That's pretty much how I think it's like. So it's literally like a movie, pretty much. That's how it is. So yeah.
Oh, it is. I mean, if you gentlemen think about it, just the fact that the cameras, when blacked out, just at that moment, the night crew at the jail was a different night crew and the regular ones. There was a lot of things that make you think twice about it. The noises that the guards heard, the struggling noises. What do you think, Carlos?
There's a lot of things that went wrong. Everything that could have possibly gone wrong went wrong that day. Yeah. And it's just too many coincidences for you not to come up with different ideas than what the official story is. So
yeah, you saw the photo of what his jail cell looked like. Literally, there's just jumpsuits everywhere. So what was he doing? And plus, he was on suicide watch. So was no one paying attention to him then?
It's absolutely asinine.
Yeah, and plus, he actually did try to kill himself beforehand. He truly did try to. Did. So that's why they actually put him on suicide watch. So yeah, that's what
I think that it was probably they killed him because of everything that he knows and who he knows and the list of people that he has and so on and so forth. So
yeah. And Metalopoly says it best. Epstein and Maxwell charged with to
nobody.
So and speaking of that, what was your opinion on the Maxwell trial? What was your guys' opinions on it?
I'll just say this because I didn't really keep up with it because I know nothing's going to come of it. I'm so aggravated at the fact that we got to see everything regarding Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, and we got to see nothing of that particular trial with Maxine. Or what was her name?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Maxwell. Thank you. Ghislaine Maxwell. Thank you.
So yeah, do you think she was actually helping Epstein, or was she just there or something like that?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're an accomplice. If you are by the letter of the law, if you see something and you're not reporting it, you're an accomplice.
Yeah.
Well, definitely, in my opinion, Ray and Carlos and audience, she was guilty by association. I think she was enabling pretty much a whole trafficking of minors. If you gentlemen saw the Netflix episode about the Epstein situation, she pretty much was the main gateway to seduce or attract all these young ladies and models to try to tell them, hey, come to Peter Island where you're going to have fame and everything. And guess what? You're going to have to go to this guy, once they were there pretty much, with no power of their own to be in compromised positions where unfortunately, sexual activities occurred forcibly to them, and it pretty much compromised everything. But the trial was absolutely disgusting. And to know that the judge got a promotion, I believe, and a bonus during that time, and to know that the judge leaned towards a specifically party, and we know what this is, leftist, even the judge personal approach and sexual preference, that already it just didn't play well. Again, not to disminimize or be meaningful or mean to any people in the homosexual community or anything like that, but this judge leaned that way. There were already a lot of red flags, in my opinion, that were not really good about this case. No names, no anything, absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. And like the funny thing about like the Epstein's Island, all the evidence was destroyed. That's the funny part. So like where is this island specifically? Like and if someone did find it, all the evidence is gone. So
where are the cameras? Where are the videos and hours of video? Where are the photographs? Where's the list?
Yeah,
absolutely unbelievable. It just shows that they are a big cabal in control of everything, and most of them, in my opinion, are just pedophiles, Marxists.
Yeah. Like it's incredibly disturbing. Like the fact that this went on for as long as it did, and that section, Epstein, he's probably out of the picture, but like there's plenty others outside of him that are working for the big guy.
Listen, we know that Hollywood is full of a bunch of perverts, right? It's been like that for a long time, and I think they're really they're really crafty. They're real tricky. What have they done? They've taken their perverted ways and they've normalized it, right? By doing all these things that now to us seem really normal. What they've done is they've managed to hide their own perversion, and it just gotten deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And so what I find really interesting is how Hollywood is obviously full of leftists. Leftists are supposed to have the high moral standards that everybody should emulate. But it really, when you see things like this, it really shows their depravity.
Yeah, it truly does. Like you like things like all these higher ups, like Cosby or Weinstein or Dan Schneider. Do you think they're all doing this individually on their own, or are they all working for the higher up types of people? Like what do you guys think?
In my opinion, they're all working in a coordinated effort. I don't think this is just coincidental and they're just like that on their own. I mean, if you think about it, they have the levelers of power, at least in Peterwood, how I call it, Hollywood, pedophile Hollywood. They do, so they have a lot of power where they pretty much take advantage of these people that want talent, whether it's music, actors, musicians, and they predicate, unfortunately, their praise to these youngsters. So they tell them, you want to come to our level, you want to make it in Hollywood. Yeah, guess what? You got to go through disgusting pedophiles like Harvey Weinstein,
Bill Cosby, Dan Schneider.
Bill Cosby. Yeah, I mean the list goes on and on and on.
Yeah, and so I think it's part of their satanic or Luciferian rituals they do. Like they all kind of have to do it pretty much. That's the theory I heard.
Most definitely.
And Metalopoly had a great comment. He says, another funny thing, first time Epstein was being investigated, the judge in the case quit and became his lawyer. Same judge that signed off on the Trump raid really makes you think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's so interconnected, gentlemen.